Right, okay.
Just a stasis trap.
I will do it then, Maui. Even though, if people don't know, again, without breaking the fourth wall too much, I just essentially, you all go, points are all shit. I don't even get to have points. I have to sit, right? And then 1 second before the show goes, these guys just send me their points. Like, here's my 3 points now. I have to just on the fly come up with my points, make them good. And that means sometimes I even have to take one for the team. So this wasn't even my point, but since Maui chose not to do it, I will do it. Because I think it's an appropriate time to do this talk convo, which is, as a bad point, I'm not even going to do a special angle. Are you ready? It's 2 words. FaZe Clan. Oh, fuck. People know I am a massive homer for FaZe Clan. It's basically just Carrigan teams, let's be real. Like, if Carrigan leaves, by the way, magically I won't give as much of a fuck about FaZe Clan like I didn't when they just had Nico and cycling 5th legendary players that weren't any good. But as long as Carrigan is there, I will always care about this team, because I do think he is one of those rare players where if you give him, like, it's not even amazing pieces. I've never asked for the best bit. Just give him like good enough pieces and then let him go to work. That's all I ever want to see. I want you to have enough pieces where, you could cause an upset in the playoffs, or you could take the best team in the world to 3 maps. I don't even need you to be the actual number 1 team. You could be like the 6th best team. Just give me a few pieces. The problem is, I feel like not only do they not have that, but if you are a FaZe fan now, what copium are you even finding? What possible angle do you have in your brain that lets you believe this season can be fruitful? Because as things stand right now, it looks like they're not getting simple. In fact, even worse, all the messaging is, get ready for Brokey next season. Like, we have to just pretend we're all hyped for that. And by the way, I'm not even going to totally hate on Brokey. I actually do think he got done mildly dirty in that when everyone else took their turns to shit the bed last year, there was still a good enough team. No one got kicked. And then the second the team went really bad this year was when he was doing his worst ever period. And you had to kick him because on paper it was just the obvious person to kick. So I think they're in such a tough spot. And I have to say, guys, I'll just throw this out there in case people don't follow the map pool like I do. The worst news of all is this, boys. They were clearly at that last major trying to make Anubis their map. Like, that was the pivot, and then Valve's removed Anubis. So I actually genuinely, this one has to be bad. I can't even go ugly on this one. I don't know what reason anyone has to believe in FaZe. I don't even really believe they believe in themselves, mate. I think they're pros. You turn up, you do what you can. You have to deal with what you've got at the moment. But I feel like all the hype's just drained from this team, which is mad, because 1 second before that quarterfinal at the major, everything seemed possible, bro. They were going to be in the final. Holy shit, we're going to get Zimu versus Simple in a major fight. Oh my God, then Simple's going to join. And then they might have, and then all of a sudden we've just like put the genie all the way back in the bottle. It's just fucking back on the shelf, and it's just FaZe Clan. And I would struggle to find a time. You'd have to go back like 3-4 years where it was this like what is there to hope for? Launders, what is there to hope for with FaZe Clan, mate?
I think what's nice is that Brokey looks like he's doing his fifth of the work.
He's better.
He's looking good. He clearly looks like he had some sort of like, he didn't just take time off and then come back.
Okay.
He's like, he was reading and lifting weights on the break. You know what I mean? Like he did.
I like the way you do make it sound like he was in prison. Like, you know, the shit where they come out with all swole. Like, I've been reading a lot of like Marcus Aurelius and fucking benching. Like,
exactly. Yeah. He needed the time off. It looks like it worked, and his aim and his plays were there. He got some good clutch rounds and everything like that. What unfortunately this illuminated for me was that maybe Kerrigan's not doing that great of a job actually. And this is my first time in a long time pointing at him specifically. And I think that like in terms of calling, like I used to always say this thing when I casted where his round 28 call was like the golden move for FaZe. I was like, one of the things I always looked forward to when I was casting the games, if he played an entire T-half and from a comeback, you got to like round 28, round 29, he could call one of the best, you know, a Canada call or something like that. And you just don't get it anymore. You just don't get it. I mean, even when they get close, I just don't feel like he's able to. I don't know if he's able to, or if he's not able to, or what the problem is, but it's not happening anymore. And I think that would be the single reason I believe that FaZe couldn't come back if that doesn't happen. Because for like the last however many years, since 2017 or whatever, since before he got cut again, like that was the most important thing for FaZe. Like almost no matter who played with them, you could always count on Kerrigan to make the most of their pieces. That's why he's won so much with stand-ins. That's why he's won for such a long time. And so, that's why you said if he leaves, even though Brokey and Rain are just as much FaZe as he is, if he leaves, they are no longer FaZe. They are something else now. And so even if he's there, but he's not calling as well, I think that's the same thing. So I think that is really sad.
We just need to have that uncomfortable conversation regarding Kerrigan, at least going into this season so far, because what he's showing right now, if I see him in a gunfight that's obviously shaping up, I see the X-ray, see the radar, this is about to take place, I would live bet, if I could, day rate salaries that he is going to be losing all of those gunfights
I like the way you're trying to do the
CS. If he goes negative, you are going to make a lot of money.
He's basically trying to do the CS hater version of that thing where those guys kept betting on Angel Reese to miss her first layup, and she kept doing it like over and over again. And they were like winning too much. They got banned from doing it. So like, you're doing your version of that. Okay, I see it. They me bound. Okay.
Yeah, no, I also have, and unfortunately to tie into that, I have the same feeling about their T sides now. When I was watching them play Navi on Nuke, I almost was ready to just turn it off. I was like, okay, that's not good enough.
Which, by the way, if people don't know, at the major they had one of the higher T win rate percentages, believe it or not. FaZe actually did.
Yeah, but for
they're terrible
what I've
now,
seen,
they're terrible now, mate.
In the brief amount that we've gotten so far of this season, this T side is horrendous. I mean, they got
actually
zero
had that
rounds.
though because of Simple. They had that because of Simple.
Yeah, they did in some part. Yeah,
he was really good on T side.
It definitely boosted him, but I also just feel Rain in these positions is not living up to what he needs to be even an asset on this roster. If you're not gonna, and I kind of I agree actually. If Kerrigan's off of this, FaZe changes completely. I don't even know what to make of them at that point. I don't know if they're gonna retain the social cachet and fandom that makes them who they are, but you have to do something. You have to do something, and I don't know if sitting on your hands and waiting for the offseason to get Simple for Brokey is even a big enough upgrade versus something like I would have just said just get PR for Rain, okay? If you want to actually just poach again, punching down to Gamer Legion here, just take PR. He's playing a lot of the spots that Rain is playing now. He's really just such an upgrade in terms of lurking, in terms of consistency, playing within a team. I feel like all of those right now, he's such a great up and comer. Pretty cool personality too, just pretty calm. Every now and then lets out a little bit of what he's got behind the scenes. Like I found out PR actually stood for Pringles, and he changed the name because he just couldn't go into being a pro player with the name Pringles. So there's ways you can build him up. You can build him up eventually, but it'll take a while.
Tell you what, that
sounds like a pet name that his sugar daddy gave him or something.
Mate, I was going a different. I was thinking, mate, what sort of fucking crazy humble brag is that? Pringles, fucking hell. It's like, well, girth on that one. Holy shit. All right, homie. You can see where he's changed it to PR. Let the ladies find out for themselves. Fuck it.
He is good. But you can't cut Rain. I mean, you can't. These guys need to just ride off into the sunset together as Fast and Furious. All right, like that's it. Like we want. I don't think anyone cares at this point. Either they might, if they crack playoffs with Brokey again, they could make it to a major final again. It's the only tournament.
No, but here's the thing, London. I know what you mean.
That they can be good enough.
Put it this way, I used to have a similar take back in the day. I'll actually give you an analogous one. I used to have the same take when they used to have in Big Clan simultaneously God B and Legia. Now, if people don't know, in their own way, both of them were players that had like knowledge about the game. They were veteran players. They were like good for the team. But I always used to say, you have to pick one. You can't have both at the same time because they were both such low fraggers and they weren't having like good impact individually. That it just means that like at the time, whether it was like Smooya or Tabs or whoever, they're going to have to be like 3 times better than the other star player. And that's like the worst thing about FaZe, right? Here's where I could accept it, Launders. If you want to keep Kerrigan and Rain, then we need like some Falcons budget because we need the other 3 players to be like so fucking insane that like the fragging doesn't matter. But in my opinion, you have to pick one or the other. You can't. I'm not hating on Rain. Rain could stay if we had like some if Blitz was the fucking IGL, then Rain can stay. But it can't be both low frag and then we have issues elsewhere, like Brokey has an off game or they struggle on certain spots. By the way, their map pools are shambles too. Name one map they're really good on. You'd find it hard to, mate. They're just sort of all right on a couple.
Overpass could be something good for them because in general, like how good they used to be on Overpass, and then
it was always a Kerrigan map for sure. Yeah,
Elige can be on Overpass. So even though they lost all the effort that they put into Anubis, at least that could be something good for them.
Sure.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, it's beyond maps. I'll say, I mean, Dude, if it's like beyond them, like Elige, Frozen, and Brokey, they should be responsible for themselves. Like all three of these guys are young enough and are like quality enough. Like Frozen has been actually pretty fucking nuts, I think.
But I actually think Frozen and Elige are both pretty good players in this team. I don't think it's really their fault, you know. They both seem like they're fine every time I watch them.
Dude, this is the fucking FaZe thing. You never know whose fucking fault it is. It is
True.
Like you can't pin it to one thing with them ever. They're so inconsistent.
Indeed. Well, you know what isn't inconsistent, is the wonderful products that are provided by Mandor, who make lots of different gear for you. And do you know what? One of the problems, if you're a man, is we're not wizards. There's one weird thing I've learned women are incredible at, which is packing to go away. Like, not only do they take like a half a fucking day, as opposed to like, a lot of people probably do it like I did when I was on the road. You just do it 10 minutes before you have to get out the door, don't you? You just chuck everything in the bag, cram it down, put that zip round, hope it holds. They'll take like half the day. They're figuring out all the different things. And famously, when they take that extra suitcase, it's just full of fucking products, isn't it? Like skincare, hygiene stuff. Well, one of the things as a man is you don't want to take like 7 bottles of stuff, do you? Well, do you know what? Mandor has their 4-in-1 acidified cleansing bar. It's a shampoo, a face wash, a body wash, and a deodorant, and you know it, all in one bar. Just how you want it to be. Listen, hopefully in the future they'll also have a thing where, you know, it like works as like a fucking window cleaner, car thing, fucking tattoo remover. We just want everything. As men, we want everything in one bottle to just do it all. This bar does it all. Like I say, it has all the different washing aspects. Also, by the way, it can actually technically work as a 5-in-1 because you can use it as a shaving lather. You can do that effect on it and then also do your shaving if you need to as well. So as a result, you just pop in one bar in there, loads of space free, haven't you? Like if you were a pro player, you could make space for the trophy to bring that home with you. Obviously, it doesn't apply to 99% of you bums watching now. You're not going to win fucking shit anyway. But I guess if you go to a PGL or something, whatever. Listen, that wasn't in the copy. That wasn't in the copy. Yeah, it's still going. And also, they've got their sweat control stick. Now, Lixon, obviously, Kiyosuke and Donk and all the rest of them, and Zontix will never need that because they go, I don't know. I mean, I've never played CS on a LAN, but it's just like the same server, isn't it? Hey, look, I shot him in the head, lol. It's like, yeah, well, anyway, you'll all learn when you get under those lights. Hey, Chopper, is it hotter in here? Is it just me, mate? Nah, mate, it's just the fucking prestige playoffs now, dickhead. Oh, shit. Oh, God, I'm choking. They don't have like an anti-choking lozenge, but you know what? They do have their sweat control deodorant stick. That stops odor before it starts. So you might be sweating, young CS Pro. You will be sweating. Oh, yeah, you will sweat. I'm like Yoda with it. You will, fear. But in this scenario, you won't stink. That's the key thing. Well, look, you might stink in the server like Zontix did at that major, but you won't stink literally because when the sweat occurs, that bacteria won't eat it and make that horrible byproduct, which is the BO. Did you know that? Yes. That's what causes BO, unfortunately. So Mando has all these products for you. They have loads of other stuff out there as well, by the way, because it's not just about stopping sweating, it's about stopping the smell. And it was created by a doctor, blah, 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 all that good jazz. Better than using just normal soap. The joke is, some of you are going, soap, good idea. No, this is better than soap. Like, you don't even use soap now. This is way better than the soap you don't use, that your granddad used to use back in the day and probably shave with. Like fucking with the edge of a blade that he took home from Nam. And he's like, you fucking kids today with your video games, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Anyway, my point is, you can get ahead of his technology. You can leave his boomer generation in the jungle where in many ways they never return from. And you can get yourself a Mando starter pack, which is perfect for new customers, you fucking noob Keisuke. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free, he's not listening, 2 free products of your choice. Like, and also, he was judging women, I'm judging him. Yeah, how do you like that, bitch? Exactly, yeah, there you go, homie. I judge you inferior. So anyway, you get 2 free products of your choice, like mini body wash, that's a good one. Deodorant wipes are awesome, keep them by the PC, and free shipping. And as a special offer for our listeners, new customers get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code, which is, of course, CS2. It's the game that's not quite as good as CSGO, but if you ask everyone who wasn't as good in CSGO and is really good in CS2, they'll tell you it's the better game. How does that work, HLTV.org? I don't know. My first day in media, I guess. So anyway, site-wide, 20% off. Use code CS2 at ShopMando for 20% off site-wide, plus free shipping. That's ShopMando.com in case some dumb fuck like Gels listening, he has to have it spelled out like Sesame Street. Please support our show. Tell them we sent you. We got you covered. Protect your pits. Smell great doing it. That's not an actual confirmation that you will be really good on CT Side Inferno. That's the end of that. Right. Listen, there'll never be someone who'll advertise like me in this industry. You have to understand, Lawrence. I have a very unique sort of method. It's how I do it. Also, if you were watching Keisuke, bad luck. You took a few strays there. That's going to happen to you in that team anyway. So just understand.
Like 3 strays in that one, dude.
Listen, it's all good. It's all good. He can and he can dodge around it as he sprayed me. It's all great. And if he was to use the deodorant spray, it goes everywhere. Just like bad spray, I guess. Right. See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.